Hey everyone, welcome back to My Financial Endurance. If you watched my first video, you know I believe financial success isn't always about luck. It's about building something strong enough to withstand life's storms. Most people think wealth begins with investing, but I believe that's exactly why so many people struggle financially. So today, I'm going to show you the exact framework that I use, which I call the house of financial endurance, and why building the foundation first changes everything. And before we're done, I'll show you why investing is actually the roof, not the foundation of the house. So getting the structure right is imperative if you want to have financial freedom one day. So if you find value to this video, consider liking it, subscribing. It really helps the channel and allows me to continue creating content like this for you. So now we're going to discuss why the house matters, why the structure matters. And that is because most people think wealth is built by picking the right stock or discovering some secret investment strategy or just listening to their friends talk about random stocks at work. But in reality, many people try to build the roof before they even poured the foundation. That's why so many people with high incomes still struggle financially in today's world. So before we talk about investing, retirement, or financial freedom, we first have to understand the structure that supports it all. The structure is the foundation, which is found at the bottom of the house. And the foundation is based on endurance, hence the name of this channel, My Financial Endurance. Financial endurance means having the discipline to consistently make good decisions even when progress feels slow. Because wealth usually isn't built overnight. It's built through years of patience, sacrifice, consistency, continued education about your finances. Anyone can make good decisions for a week, maybe even a month, but everything starts to slip after a while without that endurance. So now, on top of the foundation, we're going to have two pillars of this structure. The first pillar is going to be a supporting pillar that's going to represent income and savings. Without income, nothing else works. At some point, you needed income. And increasing your earning power, protecting your career, developing strong saving habits, creates fuel that powers everything else. Because no matter how great your investments are, you can't invest money you never save. So your future wealth begins with the gap between what you earn and what you spend. The gap between what you earn and what you spend, period. In other words, income must always be greater than expenses. Without that, you truly don't have the money to invest. So now you've probably heard people say, you should eliminate every little pleasure in life. Skip the coffee, stop eating out, never spend money on anything fun, stay at home, don't go out with your friends. I'm not the guy here to lecture you on that. I don't think you have to do all of those things. If a $5 coffee genuinely brings you happiness, I don't think financial success requires you to give that up. Go out and enjoy the coffee. In fact, sometimes extreme restrictions, I believe, are exactly what cause people to quit altogether. So my philosophy is simple. Income must remain greater than expenses, period. Do whatever you need to maintain that gap. Maybe that's cutting expenses. Maybe it's picking up an extra shift. Maybe it's increasing your skills and income. The larger the gap, the faster wealth can be built. And yes, the more you can save and invest over time, the better off you'll likely be. And the faster your money will compound. So maybe skipping coffee is a good idea, but if it's going to help you stay on the wagon and you're still able to invest, just enjoy the coffee. Now, the second and last pillar to this structure is going to be based on budget and debt management. I don't want you to look at budget anymore as something that's restricting your life. Stop telling yourself that. It makes a budget sound evil. It's not. It's very beneficial. Trust me. It's about telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. That's right, it gives you control, not the other way around. And debt itself isn't always evil or bad. Sometimes it can be beneficial. You can use it as leverage. Not that I'm suggesting that, but it's not always evil. So let's talk about uncontrolled debt. Uncontrolled debt can destroy your financial endurance and your financial future. So, learning how to manage debt wisely and maintain control of your spending creates stability for this entire house and structure of financial endurance. One thing that I encourage people to do is track every expense for a while. Many people have absolutely no idea where their money is actually going. And when they finally track it, the results can be eye-opening. I also believe one of your monthly bills within this budget should be you. If you're willing to pay everybody else all this money, why not pay yourself something? That's right, pay yourself first. You've probably heard that before, but people don't do it. Put it as part of your budget. Include your savings goal and investing goal directly into your budget. It becomes a bill to you. Once your emergency fund is established, we can talk about all that later on, that money can then gradually shift within that budget from savings towards investing. Now you're investing even more. The compounding snowball starts growing even faster. Good things start to happen. And that's when things really begin to work in your favor and actually help build your financial endurance, because now you can see things getting better for you. So now the part you've all been waiting for, the final structure of this house. And guess what? It's the roof, not the first part. Let's talk about it. The roof represents investing and wealth building. But remember, roofs don't stand by themselves. So you've got the foundation, the pillars are strong. Now we start working on the roof. The roof is where we can finally begin building wealth. This is where compounding starts working in your favor, and there are many ways people build wealth. You've probably heard about a lot of them. They include employer 401ks, Roth IRAs, traditional IRAs, taxable brokerage accounts, index funds, dividend investing, real estate investing, small businesses, and many other strategies. We're actually going to talk about these strategies in later videos. But the important thing to understand is that investment and investing, it's not magic. Investing simply becomes natural. It's a natural result of having a strong financial endurance. Now that we have this complete structure, including the roof, the house of financial endurance, we call it, we have the capability for our ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is financial freedom. It's going to look different to everybody. You have to think to yourself, what is your idea of financial freedom? That's what you need to use to structure your house so that you can reach that goal ultimately. So, when the entire house is built correctly, something incredible happens. You gain options in your life. You gain peace of mind you didn't have before. You sleep better at night. You gain freedom. Financial freedom doesn't necessarily mean becoming a billionaire. It might not even mean becoming a millionaire. It's going to be different to everybody. It means reaching the point where money creates opportunities instead of stress, where emergencies no longer become disasters, retirement becomes a choice instead of a requirement, and maybe even creating opportunities and generational wealth for your family. What's better than that, right? Well, it all sounds pretty nice. So now, over the next several videos, we're going to walk through each section of this house together. We're going to be talking about building income, saving money, budgeting, managing debt, emergency funds, retirement accounts, investing strategies. The list is just going to go on and on and on. So I want you to think of this video as the grand tour of the house, and we're going to go into everything else much deeper here in the near future. So if you enjoyed this video, want to continue building your own financial endurance, consider subscribing, liking the video. I would greatly appreciate it, as I'm just trying to get this channel off the ground And remember, endure today, thrive tomorrow. I'll see you in the next video.